everybody. So this is Slay the Spire, but as you can see, I am actually going to quick abandon this. I forget whether I have the Always Whale modifier on or not, so I may have just hosed my whale bonus there, but no, it's on. Okay, so as you can see here, this is Slay the Spire. This is a game I've been playing for quite a while. What I have done that a lot of people have not been doing is I have played this game with mods on it for a very long time. Like, I've been running this with alternate characters, with bonus content mods for 6 months or more. Like, I've gotten level 14 Ascension on the constructs, things like that. Some of my... This just got Steam support for mods, and as a result, a lot of the old characters that had been deprecated, that had essentially not been kept up to date, have now been added to Steam support, so that there's going to be the main devs of the game keeping track of it, which is pretty important, I think. So, let's see, I've added a ton of mods, some that I'm more experienced with, like the constructs and whatnot, and some I'm a little bit less experienced with. I think I've only played a couple games of the Blackbeard. I have not even touched this Neko mod because that just came out. Let's go ahead and play around with the Servant. I was starting off with her. Servant is a very well-designed character. She's got a few powerful mechanics. First of all, you got carves that spins and grant knives, and that let you fire off multi-hit attacks that spin knives as a resource in exchange for running more powerful instances of damage. You've also got effects like Blight, which debuffs enemies and causes them to take bonus damage on hit whenever you attack them, depending on how many Blight stacks they have. And finally, the biggest thing about this particular character that I think is fantastic is that she has effects that involve self-debuffing, so that you gain power when you have debuffs applied to you rather than losing power because of that kind of effect, which I think is really cool. Oh, also, she has a lot of effects that involve discarding cards, which I think is a really cool point to be made, that the Servant also has a lot of strategies that make potent use of discarding cards. Servant is playable again, which I am super psyched about, because this was one of my favorite characters of all time that I'd seen added to this mod. Or added as a mod, rather. To Slay the Spire. Goodbye. Lock Potion's useful. Spin. That's a great card for backlash decks that are applying self-debuff, so we're going to go with that, just for the fun of it. We're gonna actually immediately upgrade that too, because 18 damage and 2 weak to all enemies is great. And the trade-off of taking the vulnerability there, as you can see, that's how backlash works. The trade-off there is kind of minimal. Tag bag isn't needed, Torino Thuffer isn't needed, so let's actually just take spin and go for a card removal onto a strike here. Let's see if I can get away with that. Alrighty. Oh, this guy. Of course it'll be this guy. Well, he's going to be weak. He's going to be very weak, so let's go ahead and just open him up. So that's a case where I can absolutely afford to set him off early. We'll pop the block potion just to reduce the damage. Kidney Shot. Always play the backlash cards last, unless you have cards that gain benefit from playing the backlash. Just because you want to make sure you're not applying weak or frail to the damage under a block that you are going to attempt to use that turn. Okay, so strike, kidney shot, and spin. He's dead. Okay, cool. Accelerometer. That's a new relic. I have never seen that one in Replay the Spire. Right-click to use, usable once per combat. Decrease your debuffs by 1, increase your enemy debuffs by 1. Well, that'd be useful for cheating my way through some of these early backlashes, on the off chance that they're not that useful. That they're, you know, being awkward to me, that I don't have... I want to run into a card called Flawless Form, which I am not hitting yet, but I could carry a third copy of Spin. Are you serious? Let's go strike, spin, spin, I guess. There we go. Not really worried about the fact that I'm vulnerable, because he applies a bunch of vulnerability anyway. It's more the weakness that I'm worried about. We'll skip gaining knives here. Spin is great here. I should not have played the strike afterwards. I should have played it before. That was a misplay on my part. But let's go ahead and throw the necrotic this turn. Ow. Didn't need to do that. That was a waste of the necrotic potion. Oh well. Shiny Bauble. Whenever you're in a rest site, start the next combat with... That's from Beaky. Oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of strength off that. Shift Potion. That's from the Construct. Okay, okay. A Double Edge. Okay, Double Edge is great in Backlash decks to apply vulnerability. Because, yeah, instant I hit a couple spins, a spin or two, those guys are dead. Deck's great for that. Oh my god, do I not have any of the Flawless cards unlocked? There's no way that I don't have any of the Flawless cards unlocked. That's silly. Well, we'll take another Double Edge. You know what? Fine. I'll trade an Iron Wave for a Defend. It's a very strange thing, but you know what? That's okay. Oh, look. This is why Spin is extremely powerful. I also want to point out that there's these upgraded... Because of Replay of Spire, there's some of these upgraded rest sites. I generally try to avoid those because sometimes you need to specifically smith or you need to specifically... rest, and they don't always have those options available. Yeah, the Contraction is the best defensive card I've got right now, so I'll go with that. It's okay, I got the Beaky thing, so I can afford to use Venom Potion here. Just play the Contraction, play the Double Edge, play the Spin. Alright. Kidney Shot, Defend, Spin. I'll fire out the exchange for the knives. Ow. But yeah, that protection there actually absorbed a ton of that damage. Apply vulnerability first thing of all. Iron Wave for a bit of chip block, yada yada. I don't know if we're gonna get Hexaghost. This deck is really awkward because I don't have anything to ignore all these debuffs. I'm just constantly, completely debuffed here. But it could be worse. Go ahead and... Because I'm getting a bunch of strength off that random shiny bubble, so this shouldn't take forever. Yeah, I probably need to block a little bit. Okay. Oh, it took me a minute to decide how I was playing it. Apologies. I really wish I had the discards for this. No, I'm alright full backlash, so who cares? Let's play that up, and we'll block a little bit. He's on the third Inflame, which is not too bad. Double Edge for vulnerability, spin, and I think he's dead. All that poison off the Venom Potion. Quite good. I'm not really worried about Light Flow, actually. I already have so much of this stuff. What I really want are... Wanted poster. So I gotta keep 500 gold on me. Kensugi. Do I need an energy relic here? Energy would be really good. Actually, since I'm playing so many cards a turn and just trying to cheese people. Kensugi would be cute just because I would get a thinner deck, but I'm gonna go with the wanted poster instead. I can keep 500 gold on me. Let me start with a random buff. It's odd. I really want to avoid shops then. That's not one I've ever used as an energy relic. But I mean, Replay the Spire is great. I love that mod so much. Okay. Huh. And now we can go spin, spin, kidney shot. Spin and double edge just deal a ton of damage. Speaking of which, spin and double edge. Where is my... does it think that I haven't played this character before? Do I not have all the cards unlocked? Is that what's going on here? I feel like that's what's going on here, is I don't have all the cards unlocked. I did that to the wrong enemy. Oof. Ow. Spin. There it is, Unruled. That's one of the cards I was looking for. For each deck of Weak, Vulnerable, and Frail, you deal 3 additional damage. And it's pre-upgraded too, which is cute, but I mean, point being that if I stack up a ton of debuffs on myself, Unruled suddenly becomes a really powerful finisher card. Okay, so there's Unruled. Let's go ahead and apply one more spin, and then Unruled's lethal. Can't believe it took so long to draw that, but that's okay. Might as well do that. He's already weak, so we'll just gain some protection. Ow! This deck is just missing something very important. So we're going to defend, we're going to Iron Wave, we're going to Double Edge, we're going to do that, and we're going to upgrade everything. I think I'm dead. Now, yeah, I'm dead. Unfortunate, but hey, that's okay. I didn't hit, so if I was to go to the Compendium real quick, I'll show off the 2 cards that I was missing from this build that I really needed a copy of. Because it was doing good at cheesing people with huge attacks, but the thing that really makes the debuff build, holy cow. Got a lot of mods installed. The thing that really makes the debuff decks work is a couple of specific cards here that I was missing, and I don't know why, because they show up pretty commonly. Defy, gain 1 block, and then you ignore debuffs for that turn, which is super important to be able to. It's super important to be able to essentially play that first, and then ignore the reduced damage off of weakness for the rest of the turn. And then Flawless Form is the. If I might. Well, Flawless Form essentially gain 12 protection, and then when you cast the spell, and then you are not affected by debuffs for the rest of the game. Alright, let's do one more run here while I'm recording. Let's go ahead and do a run with the Construct here. Now the Construct has 2 different starting relics. You should always start with Clockwork Phoenix though, because this is the essential reason why the Construct has this identity, is that you can take Construct's cards and overload the upgrades on them so they can be upgraded a second time. And Construct's main mechanics are that he's got 2-fold main mechanics. First being that he swaps between high levels of strength and high levels of dexterity very easily, but you always lose as much of one as you're getting of the other. And then the other thing he has is this cycling effect, which is that whenever you would draw a card, when you draw that card, the first time you draw it in a turn, you discard it and you draw a new card instead, depending on whether the cycling effect is met. Usually you cycle it if the card is not useful. And we're going to go for upgrades, because upgrades are amazing. I almost always just try to cheese with attack mode early on here. The big thing just being that you want to upgrade cards as much as you can. I went past that pretty fast, but ooh, cores. So cores are cards that are designed to cycle. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade the core so it starts propagating by making more cores. Just because playing a lot of vulnerability is fun. What I really want to do is I really want to get some cards that do a lot of damage when you have huge piles of strength, because there are a few of those out there. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Take a single guard core. I'm probably not going to bother upgrading that. Hey, chip block is chip block. Think I can kill him? Yeah. 3 strikes. Flak Barrage, that's a good card to apply a lot of strength. The Flak Barrage is pretty equivalent to Sword Boomerang on the Ironclad. So let's go ahead and upgrade that Flak Barrage so it cycles when we haven't cast the attack mode yet. And I just want to wait on like F1. I want to see how many casts I can get on attack mode before I do anything with them. Like, even though that's Flak Barrage right there, I just want to wait. This turn, that way I'll get more scope cores floating around, and I'll potentially get another cast on attack mode, which I think I'm going to go ahead and draw the Adrenaline Potion. That could be worse. I was hoping to get another attack mode out there, but you know what? He's still getting burst for a huge amount of damage. Attack mode into Flak Barrage, strike, and he's dead without taking any damage. Because that's how hard the Construct can burst when he's given. Slow Robin again. When he's given time to scale. None of those are any good. We don't care about that vulnerability because we can kill the one that was swinging. Now he's dead. Shift Strike. This card is, in my opinion, the most broken card in the entirety of the Construct's lineup. And even though it's been nerfed now to where it gives you less strength, it's still extremely broken because you're casting an ability that you're casting an attack that causes your other attacks to deal more damage. Don't kill him fast. Oh, I lost Flak Barrage. That's okay. Should have probably played the defense before changing my stats, but I guess that's too late. That's where I want that scope core. Alright. They all hit him? Are you serious? I want to just go for card removal. I want to actually remove some of these. Oh, I'm going to remove defense mode. I haven't cast it once. I haven't cast it once the whole game. Let's go ahead and max out the Flak Barrage. 6 applications of strength rather than 4 or whatever. And we'll go ahead and grab a skill potion here to see what I can come up with. Ooh, one-way mirror. No, I already have vulnerability application. We'll go ahead and back up shift strikes, so I'm floating a ton of shift strikes around. That way I gain strength a bit faster. Nice. And our entire goal here is just to race Hex Ghost. Yes, he deals a ton of damage. Yes, it's not fun trying to race him, and I lose a bunch of HP in the process. But I also deal that much damage, so it's fine. The number one reason why the construct is fun is because it's such a combinational deck. Gatling gun and into an energy relic? Can I get away with that? Yeah, I've got Flak Barrage. It's the only other real attack that applies my strength a lot, so we'll do that, sucker. Claw Grip, Eternal Feather, Sweet Flower. I do heal to full, right? Yeah, it's just essential one. I do need the energy relic here because I just took an X spell. Okay. Well, we're going to... Here's what we're going to do then. Less map information is annoying. You can see which enemies are elites. Question marks can be fights or question marks, and treasure can be... Obviously, this is actual treasure right here. Otherwise, it's either a shop or a rest. So I'm going to deliberately hit as many treasures as I can, just because I want to hit as many rests as I can. So I'm going to take this route right here. I should have played my 2 defense before I used the shift strike. I'm a fool. What was I thinking? I just took 2 damage that I didn't have to take. That's going to be something I regret later. Just like not playing that defense is going to be something I regret later. Yay, 0 block twice. I'm a fool. I'm a real fool here, but it's okay. Wah! Gatling gun. Yikes. Free damage. That's all about I can do. I guess, but I'm not really that worried because I hit the point defense, so I got a bit of spare block anyway. That's free. That deals some damage, and that's an X card, so the cost never changes. X cards are great against Snako. Yeah, this is a good setup. Gatling gun into vulnerability. Long range lance. To start the next combat, deal 12. I hadn't seen that one before. That's beautiful. Alright. Here we have a shop. Oh, yes. Oh, these are some very good cards. Okay. Master Core is an incredibly powerful construct relic. You start with combat with 3 cores. We're going to grab card removal onto actually a strike because it defends all cycle. And I would prefer to run Force Core, but since I can't, we'll run a second copy of Shift Strike instead. I'm mostly worried about these guys swing enough to be lethal, but this turn they're only swinging for 22, so I'm actually okay. Probably could have assumed that the Gatling gun was going to kill him, but you know what, I don't want to take any chances. Fortunately, point is still alive, so I take an extra 12 off that. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone! Impenetrable is actually pretty good in decks like this, and I do need a bit of a better defensive option since I'm on 7 HP. We'll go with it. Now I'm applying my strength 3 times rather than 2. Or 3x times, rather. Which is kind of disgusting. Now I just need to max out the cards that are actually giving me strength. I'm drawing a ton of extra cards now. That's a reasonable number of cards, I think. Am I feeling frisky? No, I'm not. I'm not feeling frisky. Probably should go for more relics here, but I'm not feeling up to it. Defend up. Sure, why not? I always try and burst the Mystic here when I'm running a combo deck. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play a couple blocks, gain some stats, play Gatling gun. Ow. There we go. Of course I draw Impenetrable in the turn where I really don't need it. Of course it'd be a Snako. Snako! I swear, if he's swinging for lethal this turn and I discard... Okay, good, I have 1 block on point defense. Alright, well we're gonna go ahead and use the Fear Potion now. Shift Strike, Strike, Flak Barrage, and I fucked up somewhere in there. Probably could have gotten there if I used the Venom Potion, actually, since I had so many hits coming off that. Woo! 1 HP. Chain Strike. Maybe actually the Battery Acid. Specifically because if nothing else, the Light Bulb actually lets me draw cards off of it. And that's one of the few conditions under which I would take that card, is when I'm guaranteed to have an outlet for the spin energy. Oh, it's one of these! Replay the Spire just killed me. Oh, Replay the Spire literally just killed me. Alright, we're gonna explore on the off chance it hits me something where I can heal. Nope, that would just kill me. Alright, I get to do whatever this boss is. That's frickin' Abe. He applies a debuff that causes you to lose HP, are you serious? Are you serious? Exactly. Oh, stupid that stupid Replay the Spire, where it swaps out some of the rest points into not being generic rest points to having all those different events instead. I didn't have the ability to heal. All I needed was about 10-15 HP, and I probably could have taken them. But well, that was silly. Alright. Fun Slay the Spire mods. Gotta love that kind of thing. I guess we're gonna call that good, just because I'm just trying to show off some of the crazy shenanigans that happen when you run some of these mods. But yeah. If you're into this, if you're into Slay the Spire and you're into modding card games and whatnot, it's the kind of thing that I love to do, and I'd be super happy to make more content of this type. Alright, we're gonna call that good for the Derp week. Herp De Derp out.